माधव कुंज विहारी।
जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी।
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे।
निताय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल, हरि बोल हरि बोल।
निताय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल, हरि बोल हरि बोल।
जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 प्रभुपाद।
जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 प्रभुपाद।
जय जय गुरुदेव श्रीपाद गुरुदेव श्रीपाद।
जय जय गुरुदेव श्रीपाद गुरुदेव श्रीपाद।
जय जय गुरुदेव 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 गुरुदेव।
जय जय गुरुदेव 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 गुरुदेव।
जय गुरु महाराज शिला श्रीपाद की जय, जगत गुरु शिला प्रभुपाद की
जय
जय,
जय
श्री गौर निताय की जय, श्री
जय
गोपाल देव की जय, श्री लक्ष्मी नरसिंहदेव भगवान की जय, श्री जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा महारानी की जय, जय जय श्री श्री राधा माधव की जय, निताय गौर प्रेमानंद।
जय।
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय,
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय,
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय,
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय,
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
नारायणं नमस्कृत्य
नारायणं नमस्कृत्य
नरं चैव नरोत्तमं,
नरं चैव नरोत्तमं,
देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं
देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं
ततो जयमुदीरयेत्।
ततो जयमुदीरयेत्।
नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु
नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु
नित्यं भागवत सेवया,
नित्यं भागवत सेवया,
भगवती उत्तम श्लोके
भगवती उत्तमश्लोके
भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी।
भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी।
Please unmute everyone so that they can repeat sloka. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 7, Chapter 1, Text number 21. Yes. ये तद् भ्राम्यति मे बुद्धिर्,
एतद् भ्राम्यति मे बुद्धिर्,
ये तद् भ्राम्यते बुद्धिर्,
एतद् भ्राम्यते बुद्धिर्,
ये तद् भ्राम्यति मे बुद्धिर्,
एतद् भ्राम्यति मे बुद्धिर्,
दीपार्चिर् इव वायुना,
दीपार्चिरिव वायुना
दीपार्चिरिव वायुना
दीपार्चिरिव वायुना
ब्रूहि एतद् अद्भुतमम्
ब्रूहि एतद् अद्भुततम्
ब्रूहि एतद् अद्भुततमम्
ब्रूहि एतद् अद्भुततमम्
भगवान् हि अत्र कारणम्
भगवान् हि अत्र कारणम्
भगवान् हि अत्र कारणम्
भगवान् हि अत्र कारणम्
Translation, don't repeat. This matter is undoubtedly very wonderful. Indeed, my intelligence has become disturbed. Just as the flame of a candle is disturbed by a blowing wind. O Narada Muni, you know everything. Kindly let me know the cause of this wonderful event. Please repeat. This matter
This matter
is undoubtedly
is undoubtedly
very wonderful.
very wonderful.
Indeed,
Indeed,
my intelligence
my intelligence
has become disturbed.
has become disturbed,
Just as
just as
the flame of a candle
the flame of a candle
is disturbed
is disturbed
by a blowing wind.
by a blowing wind.
O Narada Muni,
O Narada Muni,
you know everything.
you know everything.
Kindly let me know
Kindly let me know
the cause of this wonderful event.
the cause of this wonderful event.
Thank you very much, all of you, for repeating. Purport. The Shastras enjoin Tad Vijnanardham Sa Gurum Evabhigachet. When one is perplexed by difficult problems of life, to solve them, one must approach a guru like Narada or his representative in the disciplic succession. Maharaj Yudhishthir therefore requested Narada to explain the cause for such a wonderful event. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Gnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha. Guru Srila Shripad ki jai, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So we are having a wonderful chapter, wonderful discussion about the Lord. Because such discussions about the Lord not only dispels all doubts about the transcendental nature of the Lord, it will also increase our attraction for the Lord. And this chapter is a kind of meaning that Jarma Karma Chame Divyam Evam Yoveti Tattvataha Tyaktva Deham Punarjanma Iti Mameti Swarjana. So this chapter is a kind of a glimpse of what is it to know that Krishna is transcendental. Janma Karma Chame Divyam. So to know that Krishna is transcendental means to know that all his actions are also transcendental. So none of his actions are anything material or anything secondary. Krishna never comes to the secondary level behavior. That's why his name is Achyuta. So we many times, of course, or most of the time, when the second class or third class level of behavior. But Krishna never comes down from his transcendental position. That's why his name is Achyuta. Never comes down. So a devotee is fully convinced. One who is fully convinced and he has no doubts, he is to be understood. To have understood Krishna, that Krishna is transcendental. And such a person is ready for liberation, ready for living with Krishna. one who has no doubts with Krishna, about Krishna. He is ready to live with Krishna. So this is a what we call a qualification to stay with Krishna, to associate with Krishna, to live with Krishna. That no doubts on Krishna. If you have doubts on Krishna, we cannot live with Krishna. Same with the spiritual master. If one has doubt with the spiritual master, he cannot live with the spiritual master. So one should be free from doubts that Krishna is transcendental, Sri Guru is transcendental, and Sri Guru is an associate, eternal associate of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So, but Srila Prabhupada is making a wonderful point here that Savijnanadham Gurum Evavi Gachet. When there is Tadvijnanardham Saguru Evavi Gachet. When one is perplexed by the difficult problems of life, to solve them, one must approach Guru like Narada or his representative in the disciplic succession. So it is very important that when one is perplexed, one must approach a transcendental personality. Because doubts and perplexity, they are signs of not Uttama. Uttama means above material modes, transcendental. Uttama Purusha. Krishna is Uttam Purush. Purushottama. Krishna is always transcendental. So we should approach a person who is an eternal associate of Krishna, who is also about three modes. So Uttama also means the best. So Krishna is the best among the Uttama Purushas. Uttama, if you take the meaning as one who is about transcendent, above the modes. So in order to get free from these doubts, perplexities, anxieties, sorrow, fear, anxiety, this is the symptoms of Kuntha, where we are in. Naraka Kuntha. This world is like a Naraka Kuntha. Yeah, but within that there are gradations. Like hell, earth and heaven. But everything is actually a Naraka here. Because everywhere there is anxiety. So, if you want to free from anxiety, we must take guidance from a transcendental person like Narada Muni or his representative. So therefore, Yudhishthira Maharaj was very, very fortunate to have a transcendental personality to guide him. And this is the greatest wealth we can have in this world. If there is any wealth, greatest wealth we can obtain in this world is the guidance of a transcendental personality. Srimad Bhagavatam informs us, even if you have a moment's association with the transcendental personality, that cannot be compared with anything in this world. But if one has a fortune to be guided, to be nurtured, to be nudged, to be corrected, to take charge. So that is the greatest wealth one can have in this world. Because that will bestow upon us the ultimate wealth. That is a Golokera Premadhana, the Lord, the lotus feet of the Lord, who is the master of the millions of Lakshmis. So here in this world, people are trying for a small glance of Lakshmi. But this can bestow upon us the mercy of millions of Lakshmis at once. If one develops service attitude to Lord Krishna and Sri Guru. So it is very important to have such a person, because, and it is important that to have a person in physical guidance, one who gives us physical guidance, right? Because these anxieties are physical, because mind is also physical. So we need a person who can actually clear us, because otherwise all the instructions are there in the scriptures, all the lectures are there of Prabhupada, right? But we need a physical person to actually see our problem. Like a medical knowledge, it is there in all the books, but we cannot cure ourselves by reading the books. We need a doctor who can actually study our disease and give a medicine. So that's why a physical person is necessary, because our problems are physical. Otherwise, we will be depriving ourselves of the greatest opportunity that the human form of life offers to us. So it is very, very important to have a transcendental person who can clear these doubts, because these doubts are the one which is stopping us, the progress. And if we disconnect ourselves from a transcendental personality, association of transcendental persons, then we'll deprive ourselves from bhakti, opportunity to attain the perfection in this human form of life. Mukta sangasya jayate. So this bhakti, will attain the bhakti in the association of transcendental persons. We need association of transcendental person. Otherwise, we have so many diseases, not one, two, three, so many diseases, and we need medicines for them. So therefore, we need sufficient association of a transcendental person who can cure our diseases of these doubts. These doubts keep us away from Krishna and busy in other things. So we need such a transcendental person. It is of paramount importance, utmost importance in this human form of life. To fully become free from the three modes. And another important aspect here, Dharmaraj Yudhishthir is expressing, is this is really wonderful, undoubtedly very wonderful, because I was thinking Krishna is transcendental, but my intelligence is now disturbed. It should not be. It should have been. I should not have been disturbed, but somehow my intelligence has been disturbed. So, and he gives the example of a candle light, right? Lamp. And the same example Lord Krishna gives in the Bhagavad Gita. So, when the mind is unwavering, like a candle flame, then one has attained the perfection. So, it is not only for a particular yoga system, it is also for us, the devotees. Our faith in Krishna, our faith in Guru, our faith in transcendental Vaishnavas, and their association and our commitment also should be like this flame which is unwavering. And actually, this is for us. So it is necessary that Nityam Bhagavat Seva, every day we should listen Bhagavatam. So our wavering will be minimized if we listen to Bhagavatam from Vaishnavas. If we hear Bhagavatam from transcendental personalities. So then we will also become transcendental, and on a daily basis we are nurtured, protected. Like a flame is protected by the hands, our intelligence, our mind, our body, and our ego, real ego, they will be protected by the transcendental personalities. So therefore, hearing Bhagavatam daily and associating with the transcendental persons, become a confidential associate of a Vaishnava. This is the paramount importance. Without becoming a confidential associate of the Lord, it is very difficult to become a confidential associate of the Lord. Without becoming confidential associate of a transcendental personality, we cannot become confidential associate of the Lord. So to become a confidential associate means to inquire like this, like this to Maharaj. Whatever problems we have, somebody who can solve us, somebody whom we can trust and tell our problems, some transcendental personality. It's not just I just trust. Our trusting is not sufficient because we have been trusting so many people in our life. But the person has to be transcendental. And then we should have a trust and confidence that he is my well-wisher. And then we reveal our mind and then he help us to come out of it. And so such a confidential association is necessary, and we should crave for it to attain such confidential association. And there is no free lunch. This confidential association doesn't come for free. We have to, for that we have to give up dussanga. We have to give up temporary association, material association. So that confidential, one has to become confidential associate of the Lord. So if you want to become transcendental, is either you become transcendental or you become a confidential associate of a transcendental person, right? Like Pandavas, they are together like brothers, very confidential. They have trust and love for each other. So therefore, all of them get the benefit of the best of them. Whoever is the best among the Pandavas, they will get the same benefit, same close association with the Lord as the one who is the best close to Krishna. So this is the secret of becoming close to Krishna, is to become close to a confidential associate of the Lord. So if we keep company of such person, if you keep shelter of such person, so the best is if you can get if you can become confidential associate of the Sri Guru. That is the most blessed thing that can happen in our life, is that if we can become a transcendental associate of the Supreme, transcendental associate of Sri Guru. And again, it also comes with a price. So for that, one may have to sacrifice many things, many pleasures, many obligations, right? So if one can become a confidential associate of Sri Guru, in whom Sri Guru can fully trust, one can trust Sri Guru and Sri Guru can fully trust. So such a person is the most blessed. So we should strive to become such a person. At least one transcendental person we should become a confidential associate. That is the easy ticket to bhakti. Otherwise, we will not be able to become transcendental very easy. First part is very difficult. To become transcendental ourselves is that we have tried millions of births, and here we are still in this material world. But now the opportunity is to become a confidential associate of a transcendental person, a living transcendental person. a living physician who can cure my disease, right? We don't go to a person who departed and expect to be fully cured. Of course, you can put some video, YouTube lectures and listen and get some advice, but we will not be able to properly diagnose our problem. That is our problem. We know for what problem, what is a solution. But the real problem is we don't know what is our problem. That is a real problem. That's why we need a transcendental person until we are fully transcendental. So here Yudhishthir Maharaj is very blessed to have a transcendental person like Narada Muni. And Srila Prabhupada explained Narada Muni or his representative, because all of us are not fortunate to have Narada Muni, but we are no less fortunate than Yudhishthir Maharaj. Because there are Narada Munis all the time. And the more we come down in the disciple succession, the more sweet it becomes. Gopi Bhartru Pada Kamalayor Dasa Dasanu Dasa Dasa Dasa. So a representative of Narada Muni would be more wonderful than Narada Muni, or more sweet. More sweet. So the more the become a servant of servant of servant of servant, it becomes more and more sweet devotional service, more and more wonderful. But the more we try to become master of the master of the master, the more difficult it is. Yeah, so we still have the same opportunity as Yudhishthira has. That is the point here. That is the point Srila Prabhupada is indicating, a representative of Narada Muni. Right? We are in the disciplic section of Narada Muni, fortunately. So we are under the care of representatives of Narada Muni, who will cut all our knots if we become their confidential associate. Yeah, but this doubt, you see, we have these doubts. This is our real disease, is a doubt. We doubt everybody. Of course, we also doubt. The main thing is that we doubt Krishna and we doubt Guru and we doubt transcendental persons for their motives. Right? Here, the Yudhishthira is doubting the motives of Krishna, right? That's why he is disturbed. So, one who has no doubts, he is a first class devotee, he is transcendental person. So, we see there are different levels of faith, and accordingly, one gets the knowledge. So, accordingly, he will get association, right? Accordingly, he will get the knowledge. Shraddhava labate gnanam. The Shraddha is what defines our destination. If we have Shraddha in the right person, then we will dedicate to the right person, leave everything and dedicate, so we become free. But if we don't have Shraddha, then we will get attached to a person according to our Shraddha in the transcendence, our Shraddha in the Lord, our Shraddha in the transcendent. And accordingly, we will get such knowledge. And accordingly, we will be at such a distance from the Lord. So this faith is very, very important. So either we have faith or we get associate, become an associate of a person who has complete faith. Then also we will get full benefit as a person who has the full faith. Parikshit Maharaj also had a doubt, but it is little different, right? So there are different levels of faith or doubt, or different levels of being disturbed, we can see, right? So I will collect some of the incidences. It may not be perfect because every endeavor is filled with imperfection, but it can give a good topic for our direction. and also for all of us to think further. We have seen also Krishna and Arjuna in Bhagavad Gita. Arjuna was also in doubt, right? He is also in doubt. He is also disturbed. Arjuna was very, very disturbed that he cannot hold his Gandiva in his hand. So this fainting or being disturbed is because of his family affection, his bodily affections, Arjuna's bodily affections. But fortunately, Arjuna is surrendered to Krishna. So therefore, even if one is disturbed because of family attachment, if one has a guide, friend like Arjuna, like Krishna, sorry, today I am misspelling many names. Please forgive me. So if one has a friend like Krishna, who is transcendental, who can take out, clarify, one is fortunate. So we see one level of being disturbed or is because of family affections. And we saw Yudhishthir Maharaj, he is disturbed because he is already a devotee, but he is still disturbed because the actions of Krishna shows that he is not transcendental, indicate that Krishna is not transcendental. So his doubt, he has a doubt, is Krishna not transcendental? But Parikshit Maharaj is further higher level. He has no doubt that Krishna is transcendental, but he wants more explanation. But Sukadeva Goswami and Narada Muni, they know that Krishna is transcendental, and they say here is a explanation. Right? We see three different levels here. So Dharmaraj is thinking Krishna's actions indicate he is not transcendental. So I need to understand more. So more or less he has a doubt, but he knows he can clarify. Parikshit Maharaj has no doubt, but he wants to hear more. And Sukadeva Goswami and Narada Muni, they have no doubt, and they also have full explanation to Krishna's being in the transcendental position. So in the devotees also, they are different according to their attachment to Krishna, according to their love for Krishna, according to their understanding of Krishna. They have disturbance or they feel disturbed for different reasons. We have read also about Rukmini, right? Rukmini was also disturbed. Krishna suggested to Rukmini that I am not a very well-to-do person, I am very poor, and many people hate me, including your brothers. And so you will not be able to be happy with me. You better find one good Kshatriya who can be a good companion for your rest of your life. So he was suggesting a kind of divorce and marrying somebody else. So Rukmini was in so much anxiety that of separation from Krishna, thinking Krishna doesn't love me, something like that. So sometimes this Krishna puts devotee in such condition to remove the pride, because Krishna a lot of time with Rukmini. So when Krishna spoke these words, Rukmini was thinking, oh, Krishna may leave me, or Krishna doesn't love me, along those lines. So Rukmini's disturbance is the thought that Krishna doesn't want me, and doesn't love me, or I have to be separated from Krishna. So she almost fainted, right? Arjuna also almost fainting. Here, Yudhishthira Maharaj also kind of disturbed. Parikshit Maharaj, not disturbed, but wanted more explanation. But Rukmini here, she's not, she's already associate of Krishna and associating with Krishna. Their relationship is like Lord Narayan and Lakshmi. But she has this, maybe Lord doesn't love me or Lord may separate from me. Then we see Yashoda Mataji. Yashoda Mata also is fainted, right? We saw Yashoda fainted when Krishna is dancing on the Kaliya serpent. The sight itself of a serpent and Krishna fighting a serpent or serpent trying to devour Krishna. That sight itself is very disturbing to Mother Yashoda, and she fainted, right? And many other. And the reason is that something will happen to Krishna. So it is even a little bit better. Rukmini is fainting because she was thinking something may happen to her. She may lose Krishna. Krishna may leave her, something like that. But Yashoda Mataji is fainting because she is thinking something may happen to Krishna. So that is her love. Love for the Lord is very, very deep. But still there is further, we see this in Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and the gopis. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is fainting because he's thinking, I have no love for Krishna. So we can realize we have no love for Krishna only when we understand how much Krishna loves us. Just like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he was rolling on the ground when he heard the narration of Putana, that so much Lord loves even the demons, that she came to kill Krishna, but Krishna gave her a transcendental position. So gopis also, they faint in the separation of Krishna. And so they think they have no love for Krishna. We can see that in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Siksastakam. So therefore, they are always Yatho Tatova Vedadhatu Lampato Matpranastu Sayeva Naparaha. So whatever you do, you may embrace me or you may make me broken hearted, but you are my eternal master. I am your eternal servant. So this is a pure devotional service. No business involved. Pure devotional service. You satisfy me, then I will be your servant. Otherwise, I have another master. Or you do whatever I say, then I am only your master. Otherwise, you find another master. So this is our situation. But in the gopis, there is no tinge of any business, any personal. Unconditionally, you are my master and I am your servant. So there is no tinge of doubt on Krishna, and there is no tinge of materialism, tinge of any selfish motives. So they become disturbed that they have no faith, they have no love for Krishna, and this is the highest. But what is our situation? What disturbs us? What disturbs us that I am not getting my quota. I am so qualified. I deserve so much, but I only got this much. So this is our situation. This is when we become, we lose consciousness that I am being sidelined or I am not given proper quota, my quota. Or sometimes we will become very disturbed. Something happens to me. something is going to happen to me, or something is happening to me, or my body, or my bodily connections. So this is our situation. Our situation is we are fainting, thinking that something has happened to me. Something is, feast is going on. I didn't get enough paneer, so I get disturbed. I didn't get my cake, I disturbed. Or am I supposed to get this position? I get disturbed. Or I'm supposed to get this much money, so I get disturbed. So this is our level. We are getting disturbed by our bodily, on the bodily level. So we have a very, very long way to go. And the only hope is His divine grace. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Sripad Maharaj, Jai Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So any questions, please come forward.
Hare Krishna Maharaj. Thank you very much for this wonderful class. Yeah, if anyone is having any question regarding today's class, they can raise the hand and ask His Holiness Bhaktiswarup Respect Maharaj.
So okay, thank you all for joining the Bhagavatam class. Today is Ekadasi. May Lord Krishna bless us with more devotion. So shall we close, Prabhuji?
Yes, Maharaj.
Grantara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai.
Jai.
Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai.
Guru Maharaj Srila Shripad ki jai.
Jai. His Holiness Bhaktiswarup Respect Maharaj ki jai. Thank you all for joining. See you all in tomorrow's class at 7:30 a.m. Hare Krishna.